Hi, my name is Jan Kernan, and I am the organizer of the Bellingham Business Network. Welcome. The sound you just heard is the sound of people making connections, developing relationships, and building business, which is what we're all about. I set up the Bellingham Business Network because I didn't find any small business networking venue in the Bellingham area that seemed to be active. And I'm happy to say that it seems to be working well. We have some members that have joined us in our meetings and have gotten some real tremendous value out of what we're putting together here. One of the requests I had from a few members that couldn't make the last meeting was a recap of what the meeting was about, how it went, and maybe some upcoming stuff. So the topic of the last meeting was sales versus marketing, and how they're the same, how they're different, and how they're changing. And everybody has a pretty good fundamental idea that sales is sort of the one-to-one, person-to-person aspect of business development, and then marketing is using some sort of medium, whether it's a brochure or the real big one now that we're all trying to figure out how to use effectively, the internet. And the theme that sort of came out of our discussion was the obvious notion, or what's going on is that internet marketing is starting to become a two-way communication, whereas previously marketing was just a one-way communication. Marketing is engaging the customer through sophisticated use of the internet and starting to engage a lot of the functions that sales used to do. So understanding this and working with it and developing your marketing and continuing to develop your skills in your person-to-person conversations that you have with people are both still essential elements of most people's business development. We put together a little worksheet where we outline some of the differences between them. We ask some questions like, what are your strengths and weaknesses in those various areas? Put together a little bit of a plan on one thing you want to work on. And I think this is always really important, find an accountability partner. Because one of the hardest things to do when you're building your business on the startup or early stages is stay motivated, stay productive, not get too down, not get too distracted. And one of the real good ways to do that is work with somebody else. Find somebody else who you can work as a team with that will help nudge you along and push you along and make sure you get the stuff done that you know you need to get done. So that's a little bit of a recap there. I'll say this as well. I learned a lot in this last meeting. In reviewing my own performance or how the meeting went, was able to sit down with one of our attendees who runs meetings, who teaches people how to run meetings very effectively as a living, and gave me some tips on things I could have done a little bit better. So I learned and grew quite a bit myself. I'd certainly love to see you at the next meeting. If you have any questions, go ahead and check us out online, get in contact, and I'm going to attach a copy of that worksheet to this email so that if you'd like to just sort of run through it and look at what we did, you can have the opportunity to do so. Thanks for checking this out. Hope to see you soon at the next Bellingham Business Network meeting. And by the way, I'm going to start calling it the BBN for short, because the rest of that is a pretty big mouthful. Have a good rest of the day. Thanks.